kids, comics. So over here at Bronze Age Babe here, yakking about our comic book collection, and today, in honor of Women's History Month, I'm going to talk a little bit about romance comics and the women's liberation movement of the early 70s. Scattered around here, you'll see that I have some examples of this for my collection because I am entranced by how this was handled back in the day. All three companies got in on the act. Charlton, and that I actually love that cover of Love and Romance. Marvel had their go at it. From My Love, Female Freedom, No Man Is My Master. That's actually a pretty famous story. So famous that 15 issues later, Marvel just reran the entire thing, cover and all, because I guess they thought it was so great. And then they did another one dedicated to the fabulous, fearless females of women's lib, and DC had several examples, as you can imagine. There's a story in this one called "Cry Like a Girl: Can Women's Lib Outsmart a Male Chauvinist?" The male chauvinist in this, by the way, wears a wonderful pantsuit. If viewers request, maybe someday I'll do another video just to show you that. The story I want to talk about, though, in brief, is this issue of Young Love number 106 from 1973, I think. Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to Solid 4th Street Bend, Shannon, who did a haul video a while back, and he pulled this book out and he mentioned me by name and wondering if I had it. I didn't, and I raced off to the eBay quick like a bunny to get one, and boy am I glad I did. The thing to know about how romance comics handled the women's movement, it was different than what the boys were doing with the superheroes. In superhero land, feminism was seen as a violent, dangerous overthrow of men. Women were brainwashed. The world was full of man-haters, and it was really a dangerous world. The romance books really took the tact of the political as the personal and brought it into the home front, and the warning there was that women, if they chose that path, would be lonely. They would be spinsters because no man would have them. This story is kind of an unusual amalgamation, and they in one sense they don't do too bad, but in others it's really gross. The main character is a 16-year-old girl whose mother is a women's libber, hosts meetings at her home. She has a very nice boyfriend who works at a gas station, and they really dig each other, and the boyfriend helps her get a job at the gas station. But the owner of the gas station takes a real shine to our 16-year-old and decides the way to boost business is to put her in hot pants and have her pump gas. And he's so thrilled with the business results that he fires the boyfriend because he's going to hire more girls like her. The boyfriend is like, fine, and he kind of departs the scene. And then the lecherous boss has a really horrendous moment. "Come on, honey, wipe the gloom off your pretty face. The customers like a smile." She says, "I don't feel like smiling." And he basically, is there assault there? I don't really know, but it's gross. And then he says, "Now smile for me." And she's like, "I'm sorry, I don't feel like smiling." Her mother rolls up at this point and does not twig to the fact that the aggressor in this situation is the creepy boss. She, the women's libber, takes it out on the daughter. How can you let this male chauvinist use you as a sex object? You're a little fool. And it's like, it's just so many ways of wrong, but it's nauseating. The kids go back to high school in the fall. They're miserable because they've broken up. And at some point, the lecherous boss shows up at the girl's house and says, I owe her an apology because she was a little too young to do what I had her doing. It's like, really? What did you have her doing? Yes, there was the hot pants, but what about... Anyway, I did want to bring her something. I have a gift for her outside, and oh my God, it's the boyfriend. And so they live happily ever after, and it's all good. So, like I say, this story is kind of a mixed bag. And again, but the overall message is women's lib is probably not all it's cracked up to be, because you could steal a man's job, and you know, you could end up being lonely if you do that. So in any event, so there you have it. Young Love number 106. Thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you next time.